All right, so we have C1 R1 Flins, and honestly, this guy gains a massive damage boost through these upgrades. I would say that, it's very likely that I think it might be over 100% when you combine them both. I feel like the character you see when you have his C1 and his R1 is actually, like, different. He is, if he released at C0 R1, he would probably be top 3. Maybe not, but you do have to understand, his rotations are 16 seconds. So here's the card. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get this going. I am very, very confident that this is going to look pretty nice. Now, as you see, 19,000 from the, damage there. Not great. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't. I think we didn't crit there, but, yeah, I mean, you see the amount of damage we're doing. We almost did 2.5 million to the Capybara here. I don't know how much of that might be pure damage. That is one thing. It could be pure damage. It could be. How strong can we get this to work out? Because I think we didn't crit last time, so I want to, make sure we do a run here. I do need to keep remembering to properly... Yes. Oh my god, we're looking so good. Go. What happened? Why? What happened there? Did he just chicken out and not do the damage? What was that? What was that? Yeah, Flins does in fact have some issues, chat. He does in fact have some issues. I'm not like too worried about it though, because these are issues with small enemies, like the Capybara. However, Stygian, where you're going to need him to make sure that he's consistent, they're big enemies. So you should be able to constantly hit him no matter what. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this going. We're gonna, 3 runs in, and we still haven't gotten it. And I would like a little bit better concept. All right, well, yeah, let's do this. All right, 240, I do. Yes, go, come on, give me the buff. I can't get Sucrose's buffs, man. Sucrose's buffs have been killing me. For some reason, Sucrose has a really bad issue with her buffs. I can't get them to last. I just really can't get them to last until that 30 skill. I don't know if maybe it's a ping thing, but, Sucrose, if you don't know, 48% attack here, it was on the card. That is what Thrilling Tales is giving, right? The Thrilling Tales is the reason why we have the 48% attack. And then obviously she has Viridescent. Both of these are 10-second things. Flins has to do his, third E-skill 8 seconds in. So you do the E-skill animation, and then at some point between switching into Sucrose and the final E-skill animation, that must add up to like 2 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this going. I want to really get this, man. I feel like we can get it to where we're doing a proper... There we go. Okay, we got it. Hold on. Dude, let's go. Come on. Yes. All right. We're doing good. Yes. Okay. All right. Not bad. That's what we'll take as our damage. That's what we will do. All right. Sweet. I will take it. And we will see the kind of damage that we did there. I'm expecting very good numbers. I'm going to expect easily over, 100,000 DPS. I really, really have faith in this guy. I really do. So yeah, that is where we're going to be looking at those numbers for. I will be right back. Yep, I will, because it's only 8. So C1 R1, and we hit 2.3 million damage, I think close to 2.4, and end up with 130,000 DPS. Not bad comparatively to his C1 variant. I mean, we're talking about adding like 40k or 35,000 DPS from what I last looked at. Just overall very good. I mean, what kind of damage difference is that? Like a 30% or something, right? Like his weapon made a huge difference comparatively to an R1, deathmatch. Obviously, it's R1. You do want to get 48% attack right here. Deathmatch at R5 is just like his best sort of free-to-play weapon. You do have to buy the battle pass for it, but I consider it a tangible thing to get, because you can just... It's guaranteed. Like, you just spend the money and you get it. So I'm not too opposed to look at an R5 Battle Pass weapon as my baseline for a character. But other than that, I mean, this character with his constellations and stuff, I mean, we can still improve the team damage overall because I know here can give 20% attack if you have our own noblesse. So we can go up even stronger and get even more damage. I really feel like, though, the biggest damage increase would be to get rid of Sucrose for someone else. You know, and someone else being in the future, right? I really don't see a world. I mean, I do see a world where Sucrose stays on the team. And that world is when, you know, Columbina has no Res Shred in her kit. But if she does have Res Shred in her kit, there is already statistics to back up the fact that if you have C2, the Electro Res right here, 25% Electro Res here, like, as soon as you get that, Sucrose is, like, you know, worse than Bennett, slightly, like, very slightly, but it is a thing, right? Sucrose becomes worse than Bennett very slightly once you get C2. So if Columbina has 25% Electro Res in her kit, you just get rid of, Sucrose here, because, let's be honest, Sucrose isn't like a character that we really care about. The only issue with getting rid of Sucrose on the team is you don't get the Ascendant Gleam buff, right? That is an issue. However, Sucrose has like 770 elemental mastery once all the buffs have been applied. So, you know, what is the exact, like, level? So 7 times. So for every 100 elemental mastery. So I don't know if that's like a ratio, because when Shieldon's weapon, it's a ratio. So we'll just say 770, right? Times what? 0.025? 225? And that should give us 17%. Am I right? Yes. I think I'm right. 17.325%, which will probably just round up to... would it round up to 18? I don't know. But it's not that much, right? You know, it's half of what this actual buff can give you, and that's at 700 EM. So, you know, I can, you know, maybe even no. No, actually, the thing is, we don't know how this is going to work. Let's talk about this real quick. It's just a little theory that I have. We're getting non-Nodcry characters in this update. We're getting a lot of them. In fact, most of the characters we're getting from this patch seem to be non-Nodcry characters, right? You have, you know, the Geo lady, maybe, you know, she looked Geo, she was orange and stuff in that trailer. You have Varka, you have Alice, and who else? There was another character, I'm forgetting them, but like we have a lot of non-Nodcry characters coming out. I could see that this effect gets used as if like a sort of combining, right? So Nodcry has, you know, the Nodcry characters, and then we also have the non-Nodcry characters who are here to trigger Ascendant Gleam. I could see them building the whole like version patch update around that. I would say they kind of have a general idea of every single character because they do plan, a lot of gacha games will literally plan a year and ahead, you know, in terms of their, you know, characters coming out and stuff. They kind of have a purpose for what they want characters to do and stuff, and that's where we, you know, get the new support style characters who are like, you need this character, right? Enough of here. You kind of need her to see Flint's true potential, and that's where we kind of see that. So yeah, I mean, I'm very, very, you know, not impressed, but I'm very happy with C1 R1 Flins. He does feel strong finally. Before that, not so much. But then again, before that, I was using an R1 deathmatch. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to go back in and test it. But, you know, now he does seem pretty strong, which kind of does suck because you had to get him C1 R1. But, you know, it's okay. I'm definitely, I feel like after seeing the numbers that I've seen with him at deathmatch, I really feel like it's him versus Arlecchino, sadly. As sad as that is, it's him versus Arlecchino. Because Arlecchino does like 21-second durations, and she's doing, you know, how much damage was she doing? C1 R0 Melt, 2.2 million damage. And I believe, did I do a DPS? No, I don't think I did a DPS version for that. But Melt Arlecchino can last for like 20 seconds. So You do that for 20 seconds. Is that, well, I mean, we're talking, yeah, no, we're talking C1 R1 compared to C1 R0. It is a really big shame, though, that is how it ended up being. Like, Arlecchino being better than Flins. As much as I love Arlecchino, and, you know, she's my profile picture, that should not be the case anymore. No character should be coming out, and I should be like, are they better than Arlecchino? Right? Like, she's 2 years old almost, right? This is going to be the version update that she reaches 2 years old. And as much as I love her, let's move past. Let's go ahead and move past. We don't need to release new characters that are on her level because we already have characters that are on a bigger level. I have not. I'm going to quickly actually go ahead and farm, use up all my resin on the artifact domain. Well, should I? I'm half like I want to build Ino, half I want to, you know, keep building my Flins because, man, his build sucks. I'm going to go ahead and farm artifacts. I have been unsuccessful, to say the least, in building a good Flins. I mean, you can see here, crit damage, attack percent, elemental mastery. Like, overall, the best piece I have in is attack percent goblin. I don't even, like, I don't even have one that comes close. Like, I crit damage at 6.2%. This is not exactly what you want to see when you're going ahead and you're doing this stuff. And, I mean, no crit damage on this at all. I could have this. I could. Crit damage. Okay, yep. One more level. Nah, not worth it. Yeah, so, like, I've been very, very bad luck on my Flins rolls and my artifacts overall. I mean, you know, not necessarily great for defense scalers, but, you know, flowers are like the only thing that I've actually gotten a good piece for. So let me go ahead and see how well does this roll. We're already fighting an uphill battle with both defense stats, so, yep, okay, and, yep, okay, all right, sure, that's just how it's gonna go. It's simple as that. It's how it's gonna go. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and make me a circlet with a crit damage main stat, crit rate, and elemental mastery substat, because legitimately this will be useful on both of my characters coming up. You know, think overall it'll be good. Hopefully it rolls attack percent as one of the other affixes, and hopefully it's a 5 stat or a 4 stat. Hopefully it has 4 stats to begin with. If it does, we're looking pretty good. This could be a very, very strong piece. It rolled the lowest possible way, man. Like, come on. That's so bad. Literally, it rolled the lowest possible rolls for both of the stats already, and it has a 3 stat. Oh my god, dude. This is so bad. Yeah, just keep yeah, let's go. Let's raise it all the way to 20. Flat attack all the way. So bad, man. That is so bad, man. What is 4.7 attack? What is it? 4.7 attack? That's like 47 or something like that on 1,000 attack. I mean, we could see here 2,541. We really shouldn't see that much of a difference in the attack. We'll just see that we have, yeah, 42 now. Yeah, so we have a little bit more crit rate now, so it's at 30. All right, so it's, yeah, dude, that was so bad. I hate the artifact system, man. Why? All right, well, it'll be useful for Nefer if I ever, you know, if I get a new piece for Flins and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna conclude the, you know, I raised Flins to his true potential or whatever video title I came up with this. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.